Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Adam back here, and today I have another video. This time is a review of my Clone Wars Season 7 Clone Trooper Jesse, Vaughn, and Rex. And this video, sort of an impromptu video. I was originally going to finish all of the Season 7 figures when I made them back like 2 years ago or so, but it just didn't work out. I don't have really a full showcase put together, so this is pretty much me just while I wait until one day I find motivation to finish Maul and Ahsoka. I'm going to be doing two separate showcases, one with Jesse, Vaughn, and Rex, and the other one with Anakin and Obi-Wan. So yeah, it's just how it is. I'm sorry for anyone who's disappointed, but hopefully I'll finish Maul and Ahsoka one of these days. But yeah, I am really excited to show you guys these figures. I know I've been teasing them for a long time, and yeah, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. We'll just go left to right, starting with Jesse. Alright, so here is Jesse, and if we start off with the helmet, you can see that I am using an Aerolite Phase 2 helmet, and it has a CAC rangefinder attached to it and painted in a dark bluish gray color. And from there I have pretty much just a blue color that I mixed together that is meant to match AV Figures decals, because I did use a Jesse visor decal on this. So I sort of painted it over and blended it. So you can see the blue wrapping all the way around the helmet, just filling in the various spots where Jesse's paint covers, and then also preserving the symbol on the top of his head. And yeah, the visor and the markings around it and the top of the helmet and the breathers are all decals, along with the sides there, as you can see. So then I just have a angry clone head underneath if I take off the helmet, as you can see. And then the cloth is my own cloth. It is my Art Jesse cloth that I made using Adobe Illustrator, which is where I design all my cloth. But yeah, I just added that on top. I think it looks pretty good. It could be a little bit clearer. I'm still working on finding some new material, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the torso is just a regular Clone Wars torso. I sculpted the ARC Trooper torso on top of this printed torso and painted it in a dark gray color, and then added the blue stripe with the little dot on the end to signify his markings. And then on the sides, you can see I carved out the hips so that the arms can move with full motion without scratching the paint on the sides. And then from there, it's just the base markings that I did in black. And then, yeah, it's just the same on the back of the torso and the other side of the torso. And then for the arms, for all three of these clones, I went with a very basic sort of design. It was just a couple black lines on the bottom, 3 to be specific, and then the shoulder pads on the sides are just some various markings in black, just to signify the overall shape. And then the bottom has gray with some blue markings, and then it's just a blue stripe going throughout the rest of it. And then on the back, I have his blue elbow pads as well. And then his hands have a blue armor as well. And then if we move down to the legs, he has a metal hip piece covering here, as you can see, with black paint underneath. And then he has some gray markings leading down to the outline of the knee pad, which is filled in with gray. And he does have a little like upwards arrow marking there, which I left white. And then the rest of the leg is painted blue from the beneath the knee pad to above the top of the leg. And then the two little spaces I left for the two white rectangles he has there. And then you can see the rest of the gray detailing signifying the boots. And he has a CAC backpack as well, which was sort of the closest resemblance to any of the ARC backpacks, which I just glued on to the cloth piece. So yeah, I think this figure turned out pretty good. But yeah, let's move on to Captain Vaughn. Alright, so here is Captain Vaughn, and this by far was just one of the coolest designs I think the Clone Wars has done in a very long time. Just getting the Ahsoka troopers finally in canon, and then finally just getting a brand new clone trooper design in Season 7 was amazing, and it really did not disappoint. So this figure as well, starting off with the helmet, is using a Aerolite P2 helmet with AV Figures visor decals, and pretty much the same format, just using the visor, the breathers, etc. But I am using a Clone Army Custom sun visor, and I just glued on after I sculpted these little strands, just glued them on to signify the antennas, and then I painted the sun visor a dark red, leaving the white for the markings that he has, the Ahsoka markings mainly. But then I just painted orange all around the visor, leaving the little dark red strip on the bottom there. And then I sculpted the things that Cody has as well, which I'm not really sure what they're called, but they're there. So yeah, and then just painting the rest of the Ahsoka helmet on it, or the Ahsoka markings, I mean. And then the rest of the figure has dark gray markings as well, if I tip him up right there. And then, yeah, just dark gray markings back there. But I'm really happy with how the helmet came out overall. And moving on to the body, we got the same arm design with the blue, which was a bit of a lighter shade of blue in comparison to Jesse, but that mainly had to come down to just blending it. But yeah, we got the blue shoulder pads and the blue marking on the bottom, but nothing really significant about the arms there. Then we got the black markings on the side of the torso, the 501st marking on the torso as well, and then the line with the 4 dots on the left, or on the right. And then the left has the 2 dark gray markings. And then here we have the little side antenna, which also resembles Cody's armor design. And then we have a little wrist communicator painted on the bottom left. And then we have a Clone Army Customs backpack as well. And then from here, we just have the legs, which is the same hip piece with the black underneath. And then a basic armor leg design, which just has dark gray paint markings, and then the overall outline of the knee pads done in black, and then some blue detailing along with the gray detailing on the bottom of the legs, which you can see wraps all the way around. So yeah, I am really happy with how this figure came out. It's definitely one of my better clone troopers. And yeah, let's move on to Captain Rex. Alright, so here is Captain Rex, and this version is pretty much the same as the Umbara version. I didn't notice any major differences, which I am a little bit disappointed with. I wish in the show they did have his, sort of what Clone Army Customs did with their orange Rex Ahsoka helmet, which was really cool. But yeah, starting off with the helmet, it is just the basic Phase 2 Rex decals from AV Figures, which I painted over in blue, and you can see all the tally marks up on the top there. Those are also AV Figure decals. The only thing that isn't is the dark gray paint I applied to the back, and then the arc antenna over on the side of the helmet, which I also painted. And everything else is pretty much decals, except for the blue, which I again went over to sort of blend with the rest of the figure. Yeah, I also gave him the AV Figures Phase 2 Rex decal set, which I just had on me, so I figured why not use it. And I think it looks pretty good. And then for the body, we have the black detailing continuing around on the torso, and then the arms have a the basic design I gave the other two, Vaughn and Jesse, and it just has the blue stripe going down the center of the arm with the same arm detailing, but he does have the tally marks over on the right arm. And then I did give him the hand armor as well, which continues the stripe. And then from there I have the legs, which are the same hip design, and then the dark gray detailing, which outlines the knee pad, and then the black which is the knee pad itself, and then the blue stripes on the knee pad, along with the tally marks that I painted on the sides of the legs. And then the dark gray detailing does continue all the way around, and I gave him the Clone Army Customs Rex pistols. So yeah, he does also have the angry clone head. All of these clones do currently. I will look into replacing that as I do a project that is upcoming, which I will not reveal now, but very soon. So yeah, just keep in mind of that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this figure turned out, and I'm really happy with how all the figures turned out in this showcase. These are definitely ones that still hold up in terms of my opinion of my figures. I definitely do like looking at them a lot. And yeah, I hope you guys like these figures as well. And let me know how much you guys really want me to make Maul and Ahsoka, because I will try and get those out to you guys at some point. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And this is goodbye, and have a nice day.